Hello, my name is Diana Carpenter, and today I want to talk to you about how's your God walk? Bet you're thinking I got that question wrong. It should be, how's your walk with God, not how's your God walk? How's your walk with God is a good question, but it's not what I want to address in this presentation. I want to talk to you about your God walk. How are we, as Christians, representing God to each other, to our neighbor, and to the world? Is your talk of God matching the way God walks? Are you saying one thing but doing something different? Is it a bit fuzzy between the two? You can see in this picture that the horse Ginger and the little boy are communicating, but what are they saying to each other? What is your answer? Here's what happened. Ginger was after a handful of grass that was in the little boy's hand, which is hidden in his lap. The boy became terrified when he realized how close Ginger was to him and started screaming right after this picture was taken. So, what the picture portrays is different than the actual events that unfolded around it. A bit fuzzy. As Christians, it is important for us to understand that everything we say and do is a form of evangelism. If you think about it, Jesus' life story was really about evangelizing. Evangelism is not a person on the street corner preaching damnation at the top of their lungs for all to hear. It is what every Christian does every day with the gifts the Lord gave them. People are listening to us, watching us as individuals, as a local church, as a denomination. What we are doing to share the good news about Jesus in our lives. I would hazard to say we are often doing the opposite in the everyday things that we do without giving much thought to it. The negative talk about our neighbor. Did you see that dress that Mary was wearing Sunday? She's always flaunting her money. Yet Mary bought that dress at the thrift shop to help support the poor. Passing judgment on someone. Those kids of Susie are uncontrollable. She never disciplines them. Mark my words, they are going to be nothing but trouble when they are older. Mary works 2 jobs, and Sunday is her only day off that she doesn't have to watch the kids. Others have offered to watch them during the Sunday service so that she can get rest. How about not picking up a piece of trash as we're walking because we were not the ones that littered it? All this speaks of our God walk. Then there are larger issues of the church and who they include and exclude, and it goes on. We need to remember that every word, every action we do is a reflection of God in our lives to those who have yet to see Jesus in their lives. We need to remember the good news. Where is your starting point for your good news story? How do you share that with others? Mine begins with a time that we remembered our baptism at a women's retreat. We were at a river, envisioning it was the Jordan. There was a man in the river. He was talking of Jesus. Then we envisioned Jesus walking down the banks of the river. We were given time to imagine Jesus' baptism in the Jordan. We were then invited into the river to revisit our baptism. It was a very moving experience for me. It's a story I love to tell. The water felt like silk. I felt like I was floating in the water when I was immersed. It was warm and it was peaceful. I could see the sun shining through the water as if God was looking at me. I felt Jesus touching me. This is my starting point, love. It is what I share with others. This is evangelizing. Do you have a story where you felt touched by God? Are you sharing it? Busyness is the new idol for most of us. Work, kids, church, sports, community events, and the list goes on. It seems Sunday is the only day and time we make room for God. We forget that God is with us and around us all the time. Flower, butterfly, sun, our pets, the people we are engaging with at the store, at work. God is everywhere. Do you see God everywhere you look, or do you see busyness? We need to remember the walk of Jesus and be on the same path. We need to match our God talk to our God walk. This is evangelism. If you can share through your daily life story your love for Jesus, this is evangelism.